Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle.
I'm Alex.
I'm Gianna.
Rachel.
It's Tony.
And we're pseudo adults. Hey, and welcome to episode 80 of our show. It's like nothing's changed since we began, right, everyone?
Yeah.
We're still like elbow to elbow, breathing the same air.
Cool.
Yeah, nothing's changed. Hey, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our podcast, Pseudo Adults, anywhere that you find podcasts. And if you haven't done so already, you can follow me on Twitter at Pseudo Adults. It's kind of like the way it's spelled here in this video, just without the space.
And also, you could find this podcast and other funny things at spacezamboni.com. So that's our website. We have funny content on there, and we're still uploading despite all the COVID.
Y'all cute.
Let's start over.
Oh.
All right. So we did this last week, and I had a fun time, and thankfully it didn't. I didn't mess up too badly. I discovered though that the AirPods I was using sounded like I was talking inside of a microwave, maybe sort of. It sounded tinny, and I was going to explode at any moment. But for whatever reason, today my laptop's webcam wanted to work, so I didn't have to do any weirdness with an iPad, and so I was like, maybe if I connect my Yeti microphone to my laptop, I can capture the audio, and then I'll still talk to you guys with the AirPods, but then I'll mute it on the computer that I'm capturing it with, and then I'll splice in the audio. And I was like, oh, my webcam's working.
Add a piece of salami on top of that rye bread and put some mayo in there. Oh my God, Kyle, your smile went away so quick.
Oh,
Make a podcast sandwich.
yeah, it's like you're trying to enter the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyone got any stories? What's going on in everyone's lives?
Nothing.
Whoa!
Quietly trying to eat my breakfast without the wrapping getting on the mic.
Last week I took a bite of my sandwich, and then I waited the whole podcast to take another bite of my sandwich.
Oh,
It sat here the whole time, and it was the weirdest sandwich. Tell them all the time.
I don't even remember anymore.
It was
like a pregnant lady sandwich.
It was like pickles.
eating for two.
It was rice cakes, pickles, chicken patty, some weird hummus thing, and
And a smidgen of poo.
Yummy.
Mwah.
That's
some
the
like
best.
candy sweet thing too.
Oh, there's actually, so yesterday me and Matt were recording the podcast for June.
The
And
Space
our
Zambonie
guest,
podcast, yeah.
yeah, and our guest was Argo because we can't have anyone in here. So we had like a camera on him for a little bit too. But we ended up doing AI dungeon for the game. And, there's always like crazy results. And for whatever reason, the one that we played, the whole game just wanted me to call my mom.
Yeah.
The whole
You throw up and then you'd want to call your
Hint,
mom.
hint.
I'd be like, I ate my phone. It's like, then you threw it up, went to the bathroom, and called your mom. And I was like, what? Did I? Why do I keep calling my mom in this?
She was really important to the plot.
I like
Find out in June.
I like how you threw up and then went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
What was the time you threw up in the bathroom?
I don't know. The whole thing was
You
weird.
could do bowls.
And then when Matt did his story, it was just like,
It's over.
it's like, your story's over. It's done. It's done. We're like, okay, jeez.
It's like you walked to the closet, shot yourself in the head, and you're dead. Game over.
Yeah,
It's
just
like,
Can you even type anything yet?
It's like him again. No. Mr. Consensual Stories.
yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so I can't remember if we talked about it on the last podcast episode or not, but the what episode number Osomatsu are we up to? The 5th one?
Yeah.
So what happened? You tried putting it up, it got flagged. Do you think it's got like the month or so to?
Yeah. So TV Tokyo, which they flagged the first episode, they decided to flag this one as well. Mostly for the part where just Choromatsu is sitting on the bench. They're just like, we don't want that. So they strike the whole. Well, not strike. They flag the whole video, block it on all countries. So basically, what happened last time? I put the same response. I said, "Parody. It's in the title. Please read the title." And they're like, "All right, 30 days, and we'll remove it automatically if TV Tokyo doesn't respond." Because that's all TV Tokyo does is just send out those blatant things, and they don't respond to them. But yeah, I mean,
So if it goes up, when is it actually like slated to?
it would be
premiere?
June as well.
Yay!
Yeah.
A good media month. Hopefully, it's a good month in general.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It wanted to give us time to make the next one.
Right on. As I think I saw you guys have another Super Smash video that's releasing.
Yeah.
You got all those tweets and Instagram posts like. So
That's our boy Dan.
yeah, he's good. He's very good.
Yeah, he's really good. I'm so happy because it took being that I used to do with that and the mix of the editing and a lot of other stuff too. Yeah, John and Anthony and Matt, they all help with editing sometimes too. But
I'll
that
never
on top of social media, I'll lose my mind.
Since we haven't been able to see like the group in person in a while. At least like Dan is all right because I'm like, okay, these are continuing. In terms, so we were discussing right before the official podcast part started. Everyone here has seen the Scoob movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scoob. So it's definitely going to be a big spoiler heavy episode regarding that when we get to it. So just a heads up there. In the meantime, I'm trying to think like I watched plenty of crud. I just can't oh yeah, I finished the first season of Westworld. Nothing pressing in 2020. You guys want to talk about Harley Quinn?
Yeah, Harley Quinn was really good this episode. It focused a lot on Bane, and I really like Bane's like character and the way they set him up almost like what was it? What movie was it?
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Dark Knight Rises. They use that like character mold, like the voice and everything.
Yeah,
From that movie, like he's
like a hybrid, right? He looks like old or like the Batman animated
like,
series
like
Bane, but then he was like, oh yes.
I love it.
He looks like the beefiest one in the group, but they all treat him like a joke. They're like, you get to sit on this metal folding chair while we have all like nice chairs.
Like executive chairs.
But this time it's like he has a jail and a hole in the pit where he grew up. He's like, I was born in darkness, and he keeps quoting that. It's just like the third episode where he's like, I know I was born in the darkness. You're like, dude, still, but
Same
very
universe.
good. Just a very big twist at the end. Like you're like, oh, I was like, ooh, twist at the end.
And Commissioner Gordon has a good screen fight
Yeah,
too.
he has like half the episode.
Because it's all about like how he's trying to build himself back up. So like his daughter is Batgirl. So then, she's trying to be like, hey, you gotta stop drinking. He's like, I don't have a drinking problem. He starts drinking and everything. It's so funny.
I love the montage part.
Yeah, that was so good.
Drinking?
No, basically there's a part of the episode where he's like, all right, he like breaks the fourth wall. He's like, are you ready for the montage where we basically skip straight to sobriety?
Yeah, we skipped the hard part of getting over alcoholism.
Yeah. It was so funny.
It was so great.
So how far through the second season are they?
Oh, what episode is this?
Like halfway?
Let me see. You go to the DC app. Find out.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent amount in.
Oh wow.
It's like
Time flies. I guess it started in March, so
yeah,
we're already.
it was like a month after it ended.
Yeah, those animators are working like crazy, man.
Yeah, their arms must be tired.
Oh, there was episode 7. How many episodes are there? There are. Oh, why don't you scroll down?
Because my phone's old. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see 5 right now. 5 more.
No snap.
Oh, wait, 6. Don't let go. 7.
So the season's gonna wrap up in either late June or early July, and then you look forward to season 3 in August.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
they never get any breaks. I like it though, because you're not like, oh man, when is it gonna come back? Just waiting.
So like, Doom Patrol was already scheduled to be released on HBO Max now, season 2.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, HBO Max and DC Universe.
Oh wow!
Okay, so
I saw that they're airing the first season of Swamp Thing on the CW.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard
it's gonna
that.
be a condensed version though. They said.
oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That's cool.
They don't raise enough money to actually do it again because it was a really good show.
But maybe that's a sign that they're trying to see if they can bring it back to life or something. Like, why would they be doing that? I mean, they're trying to milk it for more money, I guess. But
Yes,
it was so
it was
good.
a really good show. Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Actually, it had like that darkness, like
It was like a horror show.
yeah, that you don't really see too much until whatever his name's movie comes out. The vampire guy.
Is Swamp Thing? Go.
Is Swamp Thing the show that was like really good, but that got canceled for no reason?
Yeah.
Yeah, it got canceled because of the tax credits and all that jazz. Yeah.
Money.
What?
Yeah, financial reasons.
What? I never hear of a show getting canceled for tax credits.
Because the state
Buildings
promised them.
canceled because of tax credits.
The state promised them lower amount of like taxes or no taxes, right?
Yeah, they were
if
gonna get tax
they
credits if they
filmed
filmed
in
there.
their state and they said, just kidding, we're taxing you.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay.
Which states?
Yeah.
There's so many other
I think it was
states.
North Carolina or South Carolina, one of those.
Go to the most alligator-infested swamp.
Go to Ohio and just film it in a potato farm.
Find a
And
swamp
it
in
looked
another
pretty
country.
good, too.
Yeah, Guatemala.
Like it was a swamp and it like looked good. Like, you know, like it
Yeah.
looked like where it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
How do you tax
Devil
people?
and everything.
The Blue Devil was in it.
What if they just have like a season change where they go Swamp Thing goes to the beach and then
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
No, but like seriously, how do you tax people for filming in a swamp? They're filming in your like dirtiest, ugliest part of your state, making it look beautiful, and you're just like tax them.
Well, do you remember when we're like, wait a second, we want our money, tax those big organizations like Amazon.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we're like, wait, why didn't they get a tax break so it could film more?
Yeah. Taxed by the state.
WWWB.
So wait, Alex, you said you're watching Harley Quinn too?
There's a YouTube channel that spoils everything for it, so it just shows.
No, you gotta watch it though.
You're watching it the way that Tony and Rachel caught up on Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So every YouTube video just shows up on my feed, and it says the biggest moment of the episode, and then the thumbnail's already moving, so I'm like, all right.
there was an episode where it was just Batman and Alfred and stuff.
No, I know. I saw a lot of that. Well, the good thing is that the clips are a lot of the episode with a lot of zooming in and zooming out to be protected and stay on YouTube. But so I have seen a lot of the episodes that have been out.
So good.
Because we have the app. You just use the app. You can watch it. Like I don't see why it's so hard to do that.
Because while I'm pooping, I could watch it on my phone and just watch it, click YouTube and get out of like a different video I'm watching. Be like, oh, there's Harley Quinn.
Well, I think you guys know how weird it is that Alex goes off into the bathroom to poop, and then you just hear a female shouting about like killing things. And
Yeah.
he's like, and then he's there all the time. He comes out all sweaty.
I took a hot shower.
He comes out sweaty. He's got lipstick all over his you know what.
Wow.
It's a typical number 2.
The day package.
Yeah.
How dare you? Don't bring her into this.
Yeah,
We already have a
John
problem.
likes the bidet now, so it's
Oh,
all good.
excuse me. And I like the bidet.
Oh, she loves the bidet. Okay.
I just said that I like that it saves toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's economically friendly. Don't make it sound weird by saying I like it. It's not something to enjoy.
I like getting my poo hole splashed.
Do you recycle the water?
Yeah, we put it right. If it'll
Don't
filter
make
the
me throw
poo.
up. Please don't make me throw up.
It filters the poo flavoring.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. He's not going to make me throw up. You'll
Matt,
make
can you
me
get closer
throw
to
up.
the microphone?
Oh, what's up?
I was wondering if you can get closer to the microphone.
Okay.
Gotta make out with it a
Matt,
little
move the
You
microphone.
can also
closer.
point it towards your
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
That's
It's
much
like
better.
How's
pointed.
that? That looks good.
I'm squealing around.
Now I don't think I can get any closer.
I guess I'll take it.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Now it's covering
Oh,
my
Look,
exposed
I
chest.
see my hydro flask behind you.
Yeah.
I've left it there for like 2 months now.
It's got liquid
Yeah,
in it.
we haven't cleaned it. We don't know what's in there.
That's my water one. It's just
Oh,
how.
thank God. He said it might be coffee.
No, Gianna goes, "Is this coffee?" I'm like, "Probably."
Open up and take a good old sniff of it.
Open it, and then it's like a genie pops out.
Oh my god!
No! Stole my wishes.
Oh my god!
It's like I wish for 12 more weeks of COVID. Oh, damn it.
Oh
Don't say that.
I just get nervous when I face a genie.
Cheers to that one.
I say the exact opposite of what I mean. When you guys are talking about filming locations, and I'm not going to talk much about Westworld because it's nothing new, but I couldn't believe how much they filmed at the Vasquez Rocks, where Kirk fought the Gorn.
Oh my God.
It was just like there was one episode where they were cutting between 3 different storylines and supposedly in 3 different places. And each one, it was like, this one shows the Vasquez Rocks in the background. This one, they're like standing like right next to it, so like you can't like see the rocks. But like I've been there in person. Like I know that's the same spot. Like why would they move all the film crew just to film in something that looks exactly the same? And there's another one where they like turn like they're like angled differently, and it's like a different angle behind them. Like it was blowing my mind. I was like, this show is so cheap in this way. Like you could tell like they
on those tax credits.
Yeah, it's like they had to pay, Anthony Hopkins and all those big shot actors to be in it. Like, okay, we have no money left. We can't move the crew at all. We have
Just put a tape square on the floor. Like, we're gonna move around this.
Did you guys ever watch it, or at least the first season of?
No.
It? It's so Nolan-esque because it's Jonathan Nolan.
Wow.
And like the way that the story is told, it just felt like I got Dark Knight, or actually I got Dark Knight Rises and like Prestige, like the way that you don't know like when each scene is taking place to like fit like a key to tell this story in like this bizarre way.
That's pretty cool.
Just like for the sake of misleading us, I don't know, but it's cool. It was an enjoyable season, and I'm curious to see why people stopped caring after season 1, because we're partway through episode 2 of season 2. I'm like, like do something. And at the end of season 1, I mean, spoilers for Westworld. So one of the characters is finally about to get out of this park and go into the real world. And she's like, even though all my memories of my daughter were fake, I want to go back for my daughter. I mean, there is a robot there who like they programmed memories into her that she's her daughter. So she's like, I'm gonna go back. It's like, no, you were just about to do something interesting. But maybe it'll be rewarding. I'm done talking about this now. What have you guys watched?
Saw of the Moment.
HQ.
Oh yeah, we've been watching Saw of the Moment. That show's really
Oh yeah.
Saw of the Moment's great.
I don't even watch it. It's just they watch it so much.
There's only 20 episodes.
Yeah. And I keep hearing the Saw of the Moment like thing.
That's because we keep singing it.
Tony, I sent you a text, by the way.
Oh,
I don't have my phone on me.
Wow.
What was that one show that we watched
Rachel.
like a while back? We watched like an episode of it. It was supposed to be super popular. It was like the poopy knockers, the poopy throwers.
what?
The it was like the old England thing that I think Kayla talked to us about.
Oh, damn!
That we watched like the first episode and we wanted
Peaky Blinders.
Yes.
Oh, with
Blinders,
Cillian
yeah.
Murphy.
Yeah, we tried to get into it, but the first episode is like so slow that we were like,
You should be in a. Never mind.
that we were like, I don't know if we could like pick this up. Where like other shows comparatively, like Altered Carbon, when we watched the first episode, we're like, that was crazy. But Peaky Blinders, we're like,
She says it starts slow and then it picks up.
yeah. But if it starts slow, how am I supposed to get into it?
Yeah, I don't give shows a lot of patience. Yeah, I heard a lot of people do like that show Peaky Blinders though, and it's such a fun British sounding title.
Have my Peaky
Blinders on.
My
Peaky Blinders.
Well, no clue what that means.
It's like the blinders on a horse.
Yeah.
What I was thinking, but
So I don't remember if we said it before, but when you guys were talking about Saul of the Mole Men, Matt came over a couple weeks ago and he was like, "Yeah, we started watching this with Alex." And just for context, Matt and Alex are they have already long since defeated coronavirus, so they like can walk between worlds and stuff. You know,
I'm a planeswalker.
they were like, as long as everyone's mindful, we don't like leave like germs on our clothes, and we're good about that, then yeah, it seems fine, hopefully, until we're told otherwise. But everyone's all about trying to avoid giving germs to people that haven't had it yet. So but Matt comes over and is like, "Why don't we watch Soul of the Mole Men?" And we watched a few episodes, probably episodes that you guys watched already, and I was just like, who plays the British guy, who's like in the glass tube throughout the entire episode?
Tambourine. Yeah, Johnny Tambourine.
Yeah, Johnny Tambourine. And then like I go on IMDb, I'm like, he's the same actor as the main character. And Matt was like, "Oh my god, he's the greatest actor."
Yeah, that blew my mind. I couldn't believe that.
But it's like Norbit.
Yeah.
When he played the Asian guy, you guys were
Oh
blown
my
away.
God,
You
yeah.
didn't think he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, that also.
Because he did such a bad job playing Rasputia that we were like, "Whoa, he did the Asian guy too? What the hell?"
Rasputia. Oh, that movie was what? That was a good movie.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather watch The Master of Disguise.
Me
again.
too. I'd rather watch that.
Please, that movie was awesome.
I'd rather watch that twice.
Woo! He's talking party. That part was hilarious.
we watched the rest of what is it? The other Rick and Morty show.
Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites. We finished
Oh.
it. I would watch it just for the small people. Like
Wall.
specifically, I would suggest watching it just for the wall.
I saw a whole article saying that the C plot of the show is the best part of the show.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not even the B plot; it's like the C plot, and it's the best part of the show. I was like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is. If they just made a show about that, I'd be a fan.
Yep.
You're giving him ideas.
Cool.
yeah. Me and John have been watching a lot of Family Guy. We finished the Rick and Morty season.
Mhm.
What else were we watching?
Well, we watched Hustlers yesterday.
And we watched the Hustle.
The Hustle.
The Hustle.
Oh my god.
It was
It was one long fat
Rebel
joke.
Wilson and Anne Hathaway.
And they're con artisting like men out of money. Basically, Rebel Wilson's like a cheap con, and then Anne Hathaway's like, "Oh, we'll train you." And then she trains her, and then she's like, "But I'm not going to give you any of the money you earn when we're training because you're still a student." And Rebel Wilson's like, "I don't like that. I'm going to go on my own. I'm going to do things." And then they compete to hustle this one guy.
Yeah.
And then they compete for his love, and it's all weird. And then I said to Alex, I'm like, this is the plot of Heartbreakers. I was like, this is another movie. I'm going to show it to you. And that movie was Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
1,000 times better. Literally the same plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the whole plot of The Hustle boiled down to making fun of Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the movie, not even like a third through the movie, they put on this con of like Rebel Wilson's blind. So it's them making fun of her weight, her intelligence, and then they're like, and also she's blind. And I was like, I can't take this movie.
They tried to like fat Helen Keller her.
Yeah, they did Fat Helen
They
Keller.
really did.
Which movie was better, that one or The Heat, in terms of Sandra Bullock movies?
I said The Heat was better.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Matt was like, I have to watch The Heat again because I fell asleep during it.
He did fall asleep too.
I suffered a case of narcolepsy.
It wasn't a concussion.
I can prove it.
You can't prove the other one though.
Well, me and Kyle did this one together. Really?
Yeah. we handshake. We vowed never to reveal the truth.
Yeah, and we never will.
That's just super easy to concuss. That's why he's always wearing that hat. It's protection. It's actually like a little helmet.
Damn.
Everyone good? I thought for a second.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna say the meeting ended.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was like,
Oh, did we all get a gift from Zoom?
Yeah.
I guess
You got a gift?
You interrupted our podcast.
How dare
So without further ado, should we get into the meat?
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So spoilers if you have not seen this new Scoob movie. I actually was walking around town yesterday, just walking past all the shops that aren't open, waiting for a curbside pickup of a smoothie with my fiance, and we walked past the movie theater, and it says Scoob on it. Like, it's not open. Like, do they update the marquee just to like this is what we would have had if it weren't for the
Normalcy.
damn governor? I don't know. So when I was watching the movie, I couldn't help but be like, I wonder if I know what Tony's thinking. Just in the way that they portrayed certain characters, the way that the story that this movie had. Should we just start out with initial impressions, though?
I want to hear what you think Tony thought.
Yeah, let's start with that.
I think Tony was thinking that the movie needed more Simon Cowell.
I'm sure Tony loved that.
Well, during the movie at one point, Alex legitimately went, "Oh my God, this is Tony," and he was like saying what he thinks Tony was doing. So I want to see if you and Kyle both match up and what you think Tony thought.
Okay, well, first of all, I think Tony hated Fred in this movie. Am I wrong?
Oh no! Well, keep going.
Okay. Because Fred should be someone of at least competent intelligence. He doesn't have to be Velma smart, but he needs to not be a freaking idiot. And in this movie, he was a freaking idiot.
Oh no,
They have-
that officer was pretty convincing.
It's
I think.
annoying because I feel like they have to find somebody to make stupid.
Yeah, I think they switched Shaggy and
or-
Fred's intelligence. That's what I think. Shaggy was smarter than he should have been, and Fred was dumber than he should have been.
Yeah.
It was a good Shaggy and Scooby story, and then I felt like they didn't know what to do with the other three. They're just like they need to get here, but what the hell do we do?
They also weirdly reference that Velma was Spanish, and then they
What?
never reference it again. She said something in Spanish when she was looking over the piece of hair, and I was like, and then they never referenced it again. I'm like, then what was the relevance of that? Like, I'm confused. I don't know.
Belma Dinklos.
Yeah.
And then I want to say, I mean, Tony probably thought the movie was fun and had enjoyed it, but he wished that there was more of a mystery element to it because there was really. They even like if you remember the coming attraction for it, they're like, "This is the greatest mystery in history." I was like, "Oh, let's find out what's going to be like," and then there's no mystery at all. Just to go with the flow movie and see where the wind takes you, and it's fun, but there was no mystery element. So those are my two main Tony thoughts.
I also have to
How'd I do?
Oh, go ahead. Go, say it again. Okay. No, pretty good. I did feel like we were talking about this after we saw it. It was just like Mr. Incorporated was able to do so much more dramatic things with these characters, and it's like this is a movie. This should be like even bigger than that, but it felt smaller because it was so light in terms of everything.
Do you think they were limited to like what they were allowed to do? Like I think it has to be kid friendly and it can't be spooky and it can't be it's like a PG, bring your 4-year-old, 5-year-old child to the movie. Do you think they were limited to that?
I don't know if I think they may have limited themselves to that.
Yeah, because look at Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. That was pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I think Rachel may be right though. I think that the studio was probably like, no, if this is going to be in theaters, it has to fit like this criteria.
Yeah.
I think like those kids that like Minions and Trolls or whatever, they're like another year older now, and this is going to appeal to them.
Yeah, like that. Like they had a demographic.
Next generation of Scooby fans.
Yeah, they wanted to aim at, and it wasn't directly aimed at the people who knew Scooby-Doo and everything, all the other shows that it came out with. They're aiming towards a new generation because they're like, that generation's going to be alive longer.
Yeah. And I think they did a pretty good job, but yeah, there's no reason why they couldn't have had more of a story, like a mystery element to it, and at least, I don't know. I just wish that the characters didn't become what they
Like
did with them
caricature.
for the most part.
Yeah.
Shaggy and Scooby, I guess, are fine. Maybe Velma's fine. Like,
She didn't really say much.
yeah, she was just kind of like
Yeah.
there in Velma.
She was just
Yeah.
like, I'm smart, and then you're like, cool, and that was
Yeah,
really
she didn't have any characterization,
Yeah,
like
no.
character development or anything.
And for
Because-
Daphne to be portrayed as like the preppy girl, usually with like the fashion sense and everything.
Yeah.
She was wearing a really heavy sweater for the desert.
They
I
just
frustrated him like halfway through the movie.
I'm like, wow, like you could see how heavy it is.
Yeah.
They,
like crazy.
But Fred was also wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, he's wearing a
but
jacket.
they also leaned very hard into Shaggy and Scooby and did no characterization. Maybe made Fred funny, kinda like stupid, and then they didn't lean on any other person in that whole.
Yeah, like
Like just
it's-
like no
It's
characterization.
like, it's like Kyle was saying, they didn't know what to do with those
Yeah.
characters because the movie was a Shaggy and Scooby movie. That's
They
what
make
it
it
was.
just a Shaggy and Scooby movie then. Make them just them.
Yeah, my
You
favorite
know, like,
character.
be like abducted and nobody notices.
Yeah, my favorite character in the whole movie was Dynamite because I was like, yo, Dynamite's pretty sick.
I know it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought about Dynamite because it was fun. I watched it on Prime where it has the thing where like you pause and you can see who like the actors or voice actors are. I was like, that was Ken Jeong, like the doctor.
Yeah.
And it was like all respect to him because he's funny, but I felt like this was like the most like character role or like most acting he's ever done. I was like, it's like the most like unique role I've ever seen him play. He did a really good job.
Yeah, he was awesome.
My favorite character was Captain Caveman because it was played by Tracy Morgan.
I literally was like, oh my
That
god.
was
my
so
God.
awesome.
Like,
What?
what?
Good effects.
Oh my god. Matt is sitting on the couch watching the movie. Captain Caveman comes out and Matt goes, Alex, it's Tracy Morgan. Alex, it's Tracy Morgan.
Yeah. Once his voice started to go, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's him! The coup de God!"
He never talked about it any times he's been on. He plays so
That's why he
quick.
was missing a couple episodes. Now I know where he was.
He probably forgot he did it.
I do what?
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah.
well, I was worried because I saw like
The prehistoric era.
I saw the prehistoric era and them going through there, and I'm like, please God, don't be the Flintstones. Please
Yeah.
God, don't be the Flintstones.
I thought they were just gonna bring in the whole Hanna-Barbera multiverse.
Yeah.
You tell him what you found out. Something.
Yeah, so Captain Caveman, when he says that they call the Dragon Skull Slag Hoople, that's actually Wilma Flintstone's maiden name.
Wow.
There were Easter eggs galore in this movie. That was very fun.
At least they did it tastefully.
Yeah.
Oh, and Messick Mountain. Yeah, you know the original voice actor for Scooby Doo, Don Messick.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Oh.
That was cool. And then in the credits, oh, it was like just a fun like Easter egg filled movie. It's like it for some reason with Dynamite. I mean, is that his name? It had both Ken Jeong and Don Messick. They must have used like archive footage or something.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
he's long since passed. Yeah, it's just so many fun little things.
Yeah, because their plan with this movie is to make a Hanna-Barbera multiverse.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why-
pretty clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch the
Why they
Blue
do that?
Falcon movie. I hated the Blue Falcon the whole movie. I was like,
I
geez.
wanted to see the father. I wanted to see the original.
The competent one.
Yeah.
On his desert island.
I thought that was Ryan Reynolds for the longest time. Like it sounds like him half the
Me
time.
too. I did too. I was like, Ryan Reynolds? When did
Yeah, because everything he says ends in this.
Yes.
I'm like, ah.
Or Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good vibrations, Shaggy. Good vibrations.
Yeah.
They must have just directed him, be like, just be Ryan Reynolds, okay?
Did
Don't
you
be
like
you.
Scooby's voice? Did he sound more clearer than he normally does?
He sounded way clear.
Yeah. You mean Frank Welker as Scooby?
Yeah, that's
Yeah. He's still. I mean, it's better than I could do. He's like an amazing voice actor, but just his take on Scooby's just bizarre.
I read this post yesterday that said the disrespect they gave Shaggy's original voice, the voice actor, people like didn't want to watch it.
Oh, not original. You mean
Yes,
Casey?
everybody
Casey
knows
Kasem.
what I'm talking about. No,
Matthew Lillard.
the one
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
been
who
for,
had
like,
been
8
voicing him for quite
movies.
some
Yeah,
time.
Matthew
Yeah.
Lillard.
Yeah.
People actually didn't watch the movie because they're like, the disrespect they gave him was like not.
Well, one of the first things we said when we were watching the movie is like, for them to be playing off of so much nostalgia, There was no reason for them to change the voice actor for Shaggy, because the
And I
whole
didn't
beginning
like
of
the voice
movie
actor.
was like,
I didn't like his voice. I was like, he's trying really hard, and you can tell he's trying really hard to be that character. But I'm like, I mean, like, you kind of sound like it, but you don't for me, because the original voice is Matthew Lillard, so I can't, or whatever his name is. Anyways, that's the original voice for him for me. So
yeah, you're used to the Matthew
yeah.
Lillard.
Matthew
voice.
So for me, it's like I don't want to hear anybody new, you know.
Makes me scared of who's going to voice Scooby next. If it's going to be like someone who does like a real half-assed impression.
The voice of Donald Duck.
Puffer and succotash.
Oh, Fester.
Yeah,
Well, Don Cheadle voiced Daffy, not Daffy, Donald. Oh my God, you threw me off. Voiced
Wow, I was about to say, wow, that was a really good voice acting.
yeah, Don Cheadle voiced Donald in DuckTales.
Damn. Holy moly.
Did you see that episode where he gets his voice?
Yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don Cheadle.
Wow. I love the scene in the Scoob with the Dick Dastardly, and he's like, "My name's Dick." Rick.
Yeah, I can't believe how many times they got away saying
Yeah.
Italian in the movie. I was like, oh my god.
Like, this will be a meme.
Yeah.
And the
Just
funny
shouting
evil villain's name is Dick. I was like, that was the best thing, that the evil villain was Dick. No wonder why he's an evil villain.
Like, me going to the glory holes at 3 a.m. Dick.
That was, see, just saying that in general, like one of Matt and I's favorite thing to do during the movie was to say what was happening, just because how ridiculous it sounded. It's like, yeah, the guy from Wacky Races just yelled "Dick" at Scooby Doo, and then Shaggy went to hell.
Yeah.
Lesky was in hell.
Also, yeah.
Yeah.
Cerberus slipped on marbles. I
Yeah.
was like, what movie did you watch?
Cerberus is super chill to anyone who's stuck in hell because he was what's the name of Dick Dastard's his dog again?
Muttley.
Muttley was there for, I'm guessing, years.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just chilling there. He's like 5 feet away from the portal.
Yeah.
Okay, and on that note, the SMPR movie, we open portals around the world. Cerberus steps out. What the hell?
Like that was
Yep.
funny.
It's like, and they also went with the whole like no consequences for your actions kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, Shaggy
Shaggy got locked behind, but there's another door.
Yeah, I was like,
You're
what?
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
guess-
not calling that Star Wars syndrome.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, cool.
I was like, at least end the movie with Shaggy in hell. That would be so metal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That
Thank
would've
you.
been Sequel, like Shaggy being terrified in hell.
Yeah, that was so cool. We're like, yo, Shaggy's in hell.
Yeah. That was crazy.
That's a sequel setup, but no, he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I thought it would have been so cool if they ended like that. That would have been
I knew they
oh my
wouldn't.
God.
It was so obvious. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Just like the collar thing. Like,
oh my god.
the second he's like, I'll never take it off. We're like, oh, he's going to take it
He's
off.
gonna take it off. Yeah,
5 minutes.
foreshadowing. Yeah.
oh, the first scene of the movie with Scooby going past Alexander's great gyro. It's like, oh, I wonder if that'll be it. Significant.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then he got the same collar on a new suit.
Yeah. And then the suit broke in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Oh, Scooby. He should have just wore the second collar and been like, I'll wear 2 collars.
Yeah. I'll wear it over it.
Because I love you.
Yeah.
And then Shaggy would have been like, oh,
Like,
thank you.
me and Matt were talking about this before too. Like, if the collar was more impactful, it would have been like, even the little moment would have been more serious.
Yeah.
So Shaggy was like, man, that's made out of my dad's ashes.
Oh,
Then
wait,
Like, well, that's the last memory I have of my dad. Then it'd be like, oh shit, Scoob, you probably shouldn't take that off.
I was gonna say, in this movie they made it seem more like Scooby wasn't as afraid of Shaggy. Shaggy was the one that was afraid.
Yeah.
Scooby just had to stand back because of Shaggy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not true. They were both equally as scared in all moments.
That's true. That is true.
Oh, the beginning-ish of the movie, once like the characters had all met each other, I loved the throwback Scooby-Doo theme song.
Yeah,
that was
It-
awesome. I didn't
because it sort of felt like it was, you know, it was an homage, but at the same time, like showing it was like a timeline. It was, you know, like these are all things that these guys had gone through to make
Yeah.
it feel like this is like a sequel of the show that, you know, I guess your parents grew up with, the show that you had seen
I used to
before.
watch the old ones. Like when I was little, I used to on Sundays. I used to sit by the TV and watch that old. I forgot what the channel was that played the old cartoons.
32?
Boomerang.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, or
TBS used to
T-
play.
Cartoon Network.
something like
Boomerang?
that.
Yeah, it must be Boomerang.
Boomerang, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Boomerang.
And I used to watch the really, really, really old
Mhm.
Scooby Doo's, and I was like, I thought that, like you said, it was a good nod to
Scooby-Doo, where
that.
are you?
Yeah, Scooby Doo, where are you?
Yeah.
I didn't actually know Boomerang existed until I was
Yeah.
like,
I think we were in college when Boomerang started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Not
"Ooh."
actually, but it felt like it.
The channel that played all the old cartoons. So I said, oh.
well, Cartoon Network did too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like a whole
Oh,
separate
TNT
Boomerang.
used to play it, I think.
Yeah.
No, but it was
Scooby-Doo.
Boomerang. It was Boomerang.
When we were kids, there was like you could almost always find Scooby on a channel.
Yeah.
It was on channel 11. Sometimes it was on
It was always
TNT. It was on TBS, and then when
Yep.
Cartoon Network started, it was like always on Cartoon Network.
On Sundays, they used to play it on repeat. So they used to not repeat, but they would have like a new episode like almost all
Like
day.
a
And I was
marathon,
like, oh,
Scooby marathon.
And Halloween,
like with a grilled
Oh,
cheese
yeah,
sandwich,
Halloween.
and that would be
24 hours of Scooby Doo.
Yeah, 13. Ghost of Scooby Doo is my favorite.
The
I still
13
watch that
episodes of
follow-up.
Scooby Doo.
Mm.
Yeah.
skip school Scooby Doo, you know?
Skip school Scooby Doo.
He was the president of Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He won the election.
That was awesome. Yeah, Scooby-Doo. There was
Yeah.
a vote that they had everybody vote for it.
I voted for him.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I remember on I think I was a senior in my family went to Hawaii, and I brought my Scooby Doo DVDs, and like one day I just like I want to watch Scooby today.
Best thing.
Yeah, I wish they did more of the Mr. Incorporated version. Oh my god, that one's so good.
Yeah, I mean,
I even like the puppet one. What was that one? The one after Mr. Incorporated.
On the movie, the
No.
puppet movie.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
Oh, you mean
Thank
Be
you.
Cool Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, Be Cool Scooby Doo. That one I like for the comedy, not for the story.
It was funny, yeah.
Yeah, it was really
They
cool.
should have done that. They should have made it like that in the movie. They should have copied those characters and like their characters into the movie. I mean, they're already pre-made for them. So
it does seem like a few examples of how they try to make the Scooby franchise match what they think is going to be popular. It's like they follow a pattern more so than try and like pave the way. Mystery Incorporated might have done that, but I think there was kind of like a high of successful sophisticated animations because like Gravity High was probably going on around that time, and I mean, is that what it's called? Gravity Falls. I know.
Gravity Falls, yeah.
Yeah.
And some other things, but it's like the Be Cool one, you know, that was like very Family Guy-esque looking,
Yeah.
right? And this one, yeah, they're trying to imitate like either like modern Disney or what they're doing with like those
Cartoon Network.
DreamWorks animations.
yeah,
They
I
also
feel like
have
they're copying Cartoon Network. Well, in the Be Cool, whatever the one after Mr. Incorporated, I can't remember.
Mhm.
Be Cool.
Be Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they copied what was on Cartoon Network at the time, which was like I would think it wasn't We Bare Bears, but it was like precluding to like Steven Universe and like stuff like that to see what was popular and what was coming and I don't want to say Rick and Morty. Forget it. All right, but yeah, it was what was on Cartoon Network, like Gumball and stuff like that.
Yeah, regular show.
regular show, Adventure
Your
Time.
regular show, there you go. I
Yeah.
kept thinking about that. It was like, what's the name?
Yeah, at that point, I think they said the president of Cartoon Network wanted everything to be more episodic, which is why they stopped like the Ben 10, Alien Force, and Omniverse, and they because they said that kids' attention spans aren't that that long, so we need to make episodic stuff. So that's why they started doing that. Which I think is unfortunate.
Smart.
I think when we were kids, like we had some really great stuff like Batman the Animated Series and things like that, where there was actually like even though Batman the Animated Series was episodic, there was like some dark themes and stuff like that that I think they didn't treat the audience like they were stupid. Like even though we were kids, we were still being treated like, we can understand things. And I feel like it's not so much like that anymore because they kind of talk down to kids in the way that they're like, oh, let's just do something silly and without any major consequences or anything.
I wonder what the kids are actually like into. I mean, I don't actually want to know because that's creepy. I would go to jail. But it was like that when the last season of South Park, like all the kids in South Park were like crazy about the Mandalorian. I was like, is that true? Like, because if it is, then yeah, that's a show that is like more akin to the Batman animated series and to
Has substance.
I think the kids are more into Star Wars in general.
Yeah.
Like, new Star Wars because they technically aren't allowed to watch The Mandalorian, right? Because that was the mature rating for a show.
Yeah, but the other thing is that they have that cartoon show on Cartoon Network, the Clone Wars one with Anakin.
Rebels, Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I see a lot of kids like
and Disney Plus.
Luciano, my cousin. I love him. He's like 10. Oh God, I hope I don't get his age wrong. But he's really into that show. So I mean, that really inspires me.
It also depends on the parents. But I think the thing that kids actually, Gene just gave me the update. He goes, kids are now not starting to play Fortnite. Because what people were complaining about it being too like people trying to get into it and it's too noob-like or whatever. So he's like, people will just start insulting you when you start playing good at the game. But just from the Scoob movie of like Blue Falcon being like that character where they wanted kids to, he's a superhero, I like him, he's cool, he's fun, he's dabbing. I think that's very much with the Blue Falcon. He's even a DJ at the end. I was like, that's a character for the kids, big time.
They're still dabbing.
Was a YouTube channel.
Yeah, didn't you say when Blue Falcon dabbed, Gene was all happy?
No, I was happy.
Rachel was happy.
There you go.
That's the grown ass style when the grown ass woman finds it exciting. Wow.
Did you guys touch base on Tony's favorite part of the movie?
No.
This was what Alex.
I figured it was Tony's favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
He never confirmed nor denied.
He did not.
What favorite part of the movie when he dabbed?
So when
that was neat.
the mystery machine and he takes it like a shield, I went, Tony's gonna get a boner right now.
Oh yeah.
Fred's like, I'm gonna fight Cerberus by myself.
This is my end game.
Yeah. Then he got flicked and I'm like, Tony's bonus.
Fred Jones. I imagine Tony also was not happy about the upgrade to the mystery machine.
What was that? It was just.
When it flew?
It's not even his car anymore.
That's like at the end of the movie when Blue
It's
Falcon.
Knight Rider machine, which I'm sure you would have liked, but not like the way that they did it.
Yeah.
It needs to be an upgrade of the other car. It can't be a whole new car.
Yeah. And then he's like, you're back. No, that's a completely different thing.
Have a throwaway line like, yeah, we got its parts and we built this or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be like me dying and then Alex just moving to my sister because she's like the closest thing to me.
You're back.
I think you're back.
It's really up in heaven and I'd be like, Jesus, get away from her.
So I think the end of the movie was so just slapped together. I feel like they didn't know how to end it either, because I was talking to Tony about this too. Even the animation, I don't know what happened because they're all like, come on, guys, we need to solve the next mystery. They all like start running off and then Daphne just goes. And I was like, what the hell just happened? What happened to the animation budget on Daphne?
We thought they could get away with it.
Yeah, they're like, she'll just walk like a
like a robot. She'll walk like the carnival creeper.
I would be perfectly happy if they just did another Scooby movie with Creeper. It's like, here's one of our most, identifiable villains. Let's just like upgrade the story.
Yeah.
If they could make a Cat in the Hat movie, they could do that.
And they made that Cat in the Hat movie.
I think they made two of
They
them.
had a TikTok of like a really weird Cat in the Hat animation somebody did, and the guy was like on Cat in the Hat was on crack pretty much. I'll find it, but continue talking. I'll find it.
Recently, I've been reading the Scooby-Doo team-ups comics because on DC Universe they just put all of them up, which is really cool. Yeah,
like when they met the Teen Titans and Wonder Woman.
yeah. Oh, it's so cool because it's so funny. Like they have so they have Batmite. This is one of the issues where Batmite shows up and tries to change everything. And then Scooby Mite appears, apparently someone from the fifth dimension who's a big fan of Scooby. So then they have to deal with both of them. And then at the very end, Larry shows up, which is the Robin one from Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And then the next issue, they go to the Teen Titans Go tower and everything. And they're like, man, Robin sounds different. And he kind of like acts different too. And then Fred's like, yeah, but come on, you know how kids act differently around adults.
I love Larry.
It was so good. It's so funny. And then I just finished the Wonder Woman one. But I was looking at all the other ones coming up. There's like they meet Harley Quinn and Ivy. Then they meet like Space Ghost, and they meet like
Oh my God.
Justice League and stuff. It's like a lot of cool stuff.
Isn't that like how the one on the Verve app is? I know it's from a specific like Warner Brothers thing, but that one has like them meeting up with Wonder Woman and Batman and stuff like that too. I feel like that show is trying to be like the new version, like kind of how that team up show is.
I guess so. But
have you seen those yet or no?
No, I think
I actually really like
one, right? I think you showed me one of them.
Yeah, I actually really like the Urkel episode. It's
really?
Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. And then there's also, I showed you the Ricky Gervais episode.
Yeah, that's the one you showed me, yeah.
Where they were all just basically like, it's Ricky Gervais. Even they like kind of didn't like Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, that was so funny. That was really good. But yeah, but in these team up comics, they actually, it's like they kind of continue the story because Batman involves them in their like detective group or whatever, almost like the Batman Brave and the Bold movie with Scooby-Doo. And so they because of that, like Wonder Woman's like, oh, Batman told me to get you guys and stuff like that. It kind of continues, which is cool.
Sorry, I was looking up who else they met, and I just saw this guy who looked like Tracy Morgan, and I was like, there's no way they have Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, and they met Tracy Morgan. But it's actually Kenan Thompson.
Oh.
They have Shaggy and Scooby take the game to meet their good friend, Kenan Thompson. Yeah, so they met Sia, Weird Al, Jim Gaffigan, Urkel, Penn and Teller, Wonder Woman, Ricky Gervais, Sherlock Holmes, Batman, and then the Ghost of Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
They met the Master of Disguise?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Ari, you're dead.
Okay, all right. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna
Sure.
try to hold it up to the computer. If you guys. Wait, hold on. Just kidding. I have to turn.
Oh,
Enable screen share.
All right, ready?
Blurry.
Let's watch all of your mom's most precious possessions disappear!
Breaking news tonight from Anvil, where a series of break-ins have been sweeping suburban neighborhoods. Subjects appear to be a 6'3" anamorphic black cat with a large red hat and bow tie. Reports are saying that the subject is known to blend in with crowds and that many should stay indoors.
Oh, fuck!
wow.
I love that.
Hey, come on, fellas. It's
What
time
is
to go
this?
Good buddy Cat and the Hat will be here to bring you all a good bundle of fun. Oi! You fucking retard! You left the clock at the front door!
Oh my god.
Is this the Green Eggs and Ham Netflix show?
Man. The Cat in the Hat sure got entertaining.
Jesus.
Yeah, I love it.
The folks like
That
that.
was-
Oh, don't stop.
Cat in the Hat. That was it.
Oh my God.
That was
Oh.
quite the spectacle, was that? Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
envelope.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what are they doing?
Doing that Johnny Carson
Wow.
thing.
I was like, Tony's showing us a penguin now?
Yeah, it's a flying penguin because you could do it. Leaving change.
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
Penguin.
Oh, what a
Nice
beautiful
do come
bird.
through.
You guys hear about the Inuyasha sequel thing coming up?
Inuyasha
Yeah.
sequel.
Oh yeah, they're sequeling the show.
Is it going to
They're
start
bringing
with
it back.
chipmunks?
They're making it like a new anime.
Yep.
They're starting with the
Whoa.
manga first, and then I guess if the manga does well, they'll probably do more.
Oh, okay.
But it's following Inuyasha's daughter and two twin daughters. One that ends up actually going down the Bone Eater's well when I think they're 6, and gets into Kakome's world and is raised by her brother because the Bone Eater's well closes and she can't go back. Then when she's 20, the well opens and sucks her back in, and she meets with her sister, who's actually working for Naraku. So he's back. And they meet with Inuyasha's daughter, Moharu, and she apparently helps them fight Naraku and everything. So
And Kagome's just like
I don't know how involved Kagome and Inuyasha are. I think it's more centered around the daughters. They'll probably have like side character roles.
Yeah, she's like, I need to use my light arrow to cook my toast.
Ooh. I hope it's Inumatsu.
Well, no, she's gonna be like Kaede. She's gonna be the shrine lady. She's gonna protect the village.
But
so
she can't
probably
be that old, right?
if the
Like,
daughter's 20,
she's
at least 40.
50. Oh, I was gonna say like 50.
Because she married Inuyasha when she was 21.
Oh, okay. So she could still be.
She's at least like 43, 44.
Yeah, she could still be youngish.
Inuyasha's like 10.
What?
Half demons age differently. He's a Hanyo.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got that like Romeo. No, and Juliet was the young one.
Yeah, she was really young. She was like 15 and he was like 25.
Oh, never mind. Like, who's someone really young with a high sperm count? Just Inuyasha.
And the thing is,
Edward Cullen.
The Shikon jewel was destroyed in the final act, so Inuyasha couldn't use it to wish himself to be a human. And the story is about, the new one at least, is about following a Hanyo, which would mean that Kagome and Inuyasha's kid is a half-demon. So, I mean, he still has to be half-demon.
Would it be like Saiyan-wise? Because it's like technically a quarter demon?
No, I don't think it goes like that. I don't think it diminishes as it goes down.
Doesn't do Punnett squares?
Because, I mean, the amount of... I think it just depends on what lineage of Hanyo you are. Because if you look at Shippo, he's a fox demon, and he's like he's like literally useless. He has really not very good powers. Shippo. But he's a full demon. And Yasha's a half demon, he's like literally 100 times stronger than him.
My question is the person who's continuing the serialization or whatever, is this like the original creator of Inuyasha, or is it's like they got someone new to sequelize it?
That's a good question.
Look, but the artwork looks pretty
Is it fan fiction or is it real?
I wish it was shonen, so it could show up in like all the Shonen Jump games and stuff like that too.
Let me see.
Oh, it's,
the genre is shonen, but it's not shonen.
Yeah. Well, I'm subscribed to the Shonen Jump app, which is like $2 a month, and you get access to everything. So if a new Inuyasha pops up, be like, hey, I can get it from the ground up.
Well, apparently it's already going to be a show.
Oh, really?
They've got somebody to direct it. They've got somebody to do screenplay, and they've got somebody to do music.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's already recorded. Here's the artwork.
Wait, is it saying that's by Viz?
Viz?
Aren't those the same people doing the dub for Osomatsu?
Apparently.
This is the daughters.
Yeah, the apparent Osomatsu dub by Viz.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, dang.
So I wonder if that show will come out before or after the dub.
Yeah. It better come out after the dub.
I don't know, man. I feel like the show will be made, produced, written, and animated
they got
before
so much more work to do before like they could do a dub.
I still think it'll come out before the Osomatsu dub.
Yeah, like I know Japan likes to forget about the USA, but like if they want any hope of like getting more attention to Osomatsu, it's like forget about the movie. The movie's had its time. Like just bring it to America.
Yeah, I mean, Funimation started as like a small studio, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I wonder if we could just go to TV Tokyo being like, hey, can we release a dub of your show? Like, we're a small group that's already done parody dubs. Can we just straight up dub your show?
Yeah. We'll do it justice.
Where?
Outlaw justice.
Yeah.
That's how we're doing it now. Fighting copyrights.
Yeah, we'll just rip off all of our own properties. We'll write them into the script. We'll do such a good job. So I'm just wondering, is there any optimism this week?
Oh, hell yeah.
Whoa.
There's always optimism. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Optimism Call. You can find me at Optimism Call. Okay. All right. Skip over that part. So I have a really cool fact, and it involves murder bees, since that's a new thing here. So regular bees can kill murder bees just by themselves. So what they do is they huddle up in a group over the murder bee, and they vibrate. They vibrate and create heat, and they create, so bees die, I don't know the exact number, at a certain temperature, and hornet bees are like a temperature below them, like 1 degree below them. So they vibrate at a temperature where they can almost die, but then they kill the murder hornet and they're good. So they vibrate and regulate a temperature to kill the murder bee without killing themselves.
Wow. So they don't have to die. At first I thought you were going to say, like, 8 of them die so they can kill them.
It's like more than that. It's like they form, like, you can't even see the murder bee. And they go like this, and the heat where it gets so hot, it kills them.
How do you think they found that out?
I don't know.
Yeah, like,
they're like, we're going to buzz around you so hard that the friction's going to get so hot.
To imagine it, that just one bee went up to the murder hornet and was like angrily like shuffling and was like, "You're annoying, you're killing humans, I don't like it," and he just kept vibrating and vibrating, and then the murder hornet was like, "Oh, no," and then he just exploded, and he was just like, guys, he just ran back to the nest, and he was like, "Let's do this."
Yeah,
And then
I like
they
The weird part is they
he's going into their own version of coronavirus research, cutting regards to murder hornets.
Yeah.
like the way Gianna told that. Just,
Heat and bleach injected directly into their bodies kills them.
You think a murder hornet would show up and bugging out?
That would be great, yeah.
Tries to kill us for whatever reason.
I was saying the way that Gianna was telling it was just like the guy from Ant-Man who was like, and then this happened, and it was like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on a second. I gotta take this. Hi everybody, I'm Tracy Morgan. Hey guys, it's Tracy Morgan. It's over here.
Hey, Captain Caveman.
What's going on, everyone? I just told that everyone on my set of Scooby-Doo 2, guys, it's confirmed for a sequel.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Breaking news.
Caveman Blue is a different kind of cheese. Did you know Caveman Blue is a cheese from 1833 and it has to be aged for 6 months?
Wow.
Whoa, that's crazy, Tracy Morgan.
Wow.
That sounds like a
And
tasty
speaking
cheese.
of Caveman, I'm trying to pitch a Captain Caveman sequel to WB. That's pretty cool. I'll see you later. Please go to change.org and sign the petition for me to have my full movie.
Yay!
See you later, Tracy Morgan.
We're signing that now.
Guys, he just called me on the podcast. And
Wow.
that's proof that we're not the same person.
Wow.
Wow.
And he knew exactly when to call. Like, he's
Oh
I think he has a bug in at least one of our places.
Yeah,
He might,
I think he's got a bug in our phones.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, definitely.
As long as it's not a murder bee.
Maybe it's in that basket of Gouda cheese he sent you.
Oh my
It
god.
could totally be the basket of Gouda cheese that he sent me. Oh my god.
Well, I'm glad I helped you figure that out.
So, Gianna?
Oh, yeah. So I got permission from Tony and Kyle to share this on the podcast. So yesterday we were at Tony's house. It's okay, you're fine. You were there for it. It's fine. Yesterday we were at Tony's house. Alex was playing a game. I was looking at their really nice bookshelves. And in the bookshelf, I saw Tony's yearbook. Now, we went to the same high school, so I was like, I want to see like what the teachers looked like and everything. And I grabbed Tony's yearbook, and I open it, and the first thing I see is, Tony, your nipples are nice, love, and the person who wrote it. And I was like, I don't care about my teachers anymore. I have to read what people wrote Tony. So, shuffling through the yearbook, I found like 3 girls said he was sexy.
Rachel looks super happy.
We're going to get to that. One girl wrote, Tony, you are so sexy. "Aw, you're so cute. I'm gonna miss how all the girls were all over you in gym class." And she was also talking about how she was in Italian with him. She wasn't even in gym class with him, so all the gym class girls were all over Tony, even though she didn't share that class with him.
Italian class, Tony always talked about how big and blue his balls were.
Wow.
Then there was one girl who wrote her number in there, and at the end said, "Call me." And I was like, "Did you call her?" Tony's like, "No." Like, never called.
He doesn't give it up that easy.
He was like, "I didn't even know that was there."
That's why I was like, wanted you is because you didn't give it up at all.
Well, that's the thing is that halfway through reading Tony's yearbook, I realized that Tony did not know half the things that were written in this. And I said to him, like, "Tony, how do you not know what was written in the yearbook?" And he goes, "Oh, it's just my pages kept filling up. I had to keep borrowing pages from people, putting them in my yearbook, so I just never read them." And I was like, "You are so popular that you can borrow other people's signing pages from your yearbook, and you never read your yearbook signature."
So many people wanted him because he was a big tease. He could do anything with anything. So they're like, wow, he's the chase. He's the real hunt.
He would just be in the classroom lifting his weights like, "I might kiss you."
Yeah.
Well, this one girl professed her love for him. Like, she confessed it. That, "I love you so much." Like, she was like, "If you want to talk to me after this, great. If not, I'll forget you." It was like this whole train wreck thing. And I said,
"Hey, Axel."
Oh, there he is.
I said to Tony, I was like, "Tony, you know this girl like confessed her love to you, right?" And he goes, "Oh, what's the name?" And I told him the name. He goes, "Ah, yeah, she was in love with me." And I was like,
No, he even went, "Alex, you remember her, right?" "Yeah." Like, "Yeah, you remember." Like,
Remember, she wasn't my type.
But it was just so funny just to see all the people like writing, "You're so sexy." And then when I was talking about how the phone number was written in there, Rachel was like, "Oh, wait, yeah, somebody wrote their number in my yearbook too." And she ran and she got
I went down and I was like, look, it's right here. I was like, I got one.
What's his name? And he said, "Call me." And when it called me, it went to voicemail.
I was like, then why'd you put your number? I didn't ask for it. So if you were going to pick up your phone.
I just like the thought of Tony at high school and the girls being like, "Man, I wish she put out."
Well, I said to Alex, I was like, the reason people were so interested in Tony is because he did not show any interest in them.
Yeah, that's 100. That's why I said that's 100% why they were like that.
They chase after the guy that doesn't want them. And so they were like, "Oh, I'm going to write sexy in here, and Tony's going to think it's good, and he's going to call me."
Just thought of something.
He writes it, and he goes, "Thanks," and he shuts the book without reading it. They were like, oh, he's so sexy.
The way he slammed
I me so hard. It's like,
Tony, you remember like when we were in high school and in the comments there were like these black bars that you could kind of like stand on and like hang off of? I think we used to have a game like to see like who could like hang on the longest, and like just imagine like us like doing that, like these like eternal virgins like doing the stupid game, and then just like these women are like fawning over Tony like, "Oh."
You're like, "Oh, Tony."
Oh yeah.
Only they knew.
He could dangle off me anytime.
It's
Probably
for
what
one
they wrote
girl
in.
on each arm.
there was even a teacher though that said that Tony was like his main man, and I thought that was really funny.
You had Lobo as a teacher?
But I was like, that's just not something you write in like a teenager's book. You don't write, "You're my main man." It's like,
Yeah, and then the signatures in my yearbook are like, "I don't know who you are, but I'm glad you asked me to sign your yearbook."
I can find my yearbook. I don't know.
I had like 4 signatures. Like, cool. I didn't have
Yeah.
flower pages by the way.
Definitely did not need extra pages.
I'll sign your yearbook, Matt.
Yeah, if
I'll
anyone
sign
wants,
yours.
I'll be doing a yearbook signing on.
But I just thought it was so funny. I've gotten like pretty, like things like that in my yearbook, but I never got sexy.
Sexy's a whole nother level.
Gianna, you definitely didn't need my permission to tell these Tony stories. Is there anything else about the yearbook?
Fair. I want to make sure I can.
Oh, I was like, was that it? Like it was just Tony had people said he was sexy.
Yeah.
Sexy, the phone number.
All right.
There was another one that's saying if it works out, it works out. Something like
Yeah.
like you would see in a movie, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
You definitely saw that in a movie.
And I wonder what Tony signed their yearbooks like.
You're cool, Ruth.
Well,
You're
I
cool.
thought of like Tony not even like caring to the point where they're going to college and Tony's like, "See you next year, dash Tony."
Yeah, probably. You're cool.
I might have my high school yearbook and I could read what Tony wrote me in that, but
Oh yeah.
That'd be fun.
I gotta find mine. I know.
here, hold on. You keep talking.
So, Tony, do you remember how you signed other people's yearbooks?
I do not. That's why I'm interested to see what Kyle reads.
Some people signed your text. Oh my god, your yearbook's so weird. One person, like, I'm pretty sure she flirted with Tony in it. That's why she wrote it like this, so only he would put the effort into reading it. But she literally wrote in a circle, and it just got smaller and smaller. And my eyes were just burning, and I was like, I can't. I keep turning. I'm not falling anymore. I'm done. I
I
can't.
don't have time to do that. Like, I didn't even have time for people to sign my yearbook. It was just like they were standing up and they just, yeah.
Hey, who's next to sign my yearbook?
I was like, who had time to do
It's just a line of only girls.
Yeah.
I saw Kyle signing in the yearbook too. That was sweet. He
Did I actually say something worthwhile?
like 5th grade, and that was really cute.
Aw.
It's like I was seeing into a different part of Kyle.
Oh yeah, I
I
don't know
saw
where either
many
of those
stages
yearbooks
of
are.
Matt. I saw many stages of Matt in those years.
Oh yeah,
Me.
Gianna sent the pictures of Tony, Matt, and myself. Like, what was it? Middle school and high school?
Yeah.
Should I display them?
If you want, sure.
It's actually pretty funny. I thought I sent them to the podcast group. So when Matt came over last night, I went, Matt, did you see the pictures? And he goes, what pictures? I said, the ones of you from the yearbook. He goes, no, I didn't see it. I was like, oh, but I sent it to the project club.
You sent it to Kyle.
Podcast.
Yeah.
You should get it. And Alex and Matt are both looking. They're like, no, we didn't get it. And I was like, no, you got it. And then I was like, oh my god, I sent it only to Kyle.
I sent to Gianna right away. I was like, you probably sent it only to Kyle. Because she was talking about your response. I was like, yeah.
I'd like to imagine I am a group text. High school.
Kyle.
The senior photos taken in junior year.
Yeah.
Love those.
Tony is so different.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Just imagine the women fawning over him.
Is that Matt looks more like his middle school photo than he does.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Middle school.
Matt, you look like, dude,
You look almost the same.
Cody with glasses.
And then he's in high school.
That's the guy I played in the band with.
I like you got that sexy look in high school where you're like,
I'll never be back that sexy.
I think you
It's
are
all
now.
downhill.
Get out of here, dude. You're sexy now, bonito.
I sent Mark his photos, and Mark just goes, ha ha ha, looking through Tony's yearbook. And I was like, yeah.
How do you know that?
My 8th grade photo is horrid. I would love for you to look at that. That thing looks, oh my god.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
I look like I have a mushroom on top of my head, and then my
Mushroom?
then my senior year photo is like, hey, I pulled the mat.
Yeah. Load
I
up.
was like, hey, what's going on, everybody?
I found what Tony wrote me in the yearbook.
Yay!
It's to the point. Ready?
Yeah.
Yo, Kyle, what's up? Remember, we got to finish the Scooby-Doo cartoons. I'll catch you later. Keep in touch. Tony.
Your soul in his yearbook.
Kyle's was so like emotional. Tony.
I swear.
I think I was just rushing because that's just like everybody's yearbook. I don't know.
Tony's just like, hey.
It's like it's not a meme. It's really him.
Realistically, that is Tony, though. That's so something Tony would write.
Oh my god, man! What the hell?
To jump to like to be Hey Yo and to jump to Scooby-Doo cartoons that's just like him.
This is what Matt wrote me since we're on the topic. Dear Kyle, aka FC, I hope you'll have a total kick-arse summer. Smiley face. where we will hopefully spend many sexy days together and go to Candy Mountain with Charlie the Unicorn. And write the you know what. Much love, Matsor MWC. And then the smiley face is like, yep.
That's cute.
That's my only two signatures.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Sign your yearbook.
I really gotta sign my yearbook.
I signed Gianna's.
You did sign mine. We were dating when I got my yearbook.
Yeah. I'm a cougar.
Our friend Mitch is now wife signed my yearbook, and she wrote something along the lines of like, never really thought you liked me, but hopefully we'll keep in touch or something like that.
Wow.
She wrote this after they were married?
No, that's what she wrote in my yearbook. Like, because I didn't like, I've been friends with him since 6th grade, but I just never crossed paths with her. I never had any classes with her, and like, I don't know. Then she's like, yeah, I thought you hated me.
Yeah. Yearbook signings was weird because I remember people who like were not very nice to me or didn't really treat me well just were like running up and be like, hey, can I sign your yearbook? And I mean, like, if I had more self-esteem, I would have been like, you weren't nice to me. No, but I was just like, all right, yeah, go ahead.
I think I might have signed Tony's yearbook too. I think I might be
You
in there.
might have. I didn't see it, but that's because I was looking
Because I think I had you sign mine and me sign yours.
Yep.
I was just looking for sexy ones, so I probably didn't see it.
No, I probably
If you didn't say, hey, sexy, I didn't read yours.
No, back then I didn't get.
Alex just writes, "Hey, sexy, I'll see you in the room next door." Leave.
I couldn't make those jokes back then. Tony wasn't as open. He didn't even.
Tony hasn't come out of the closet
Yeah.
yet.
Oh my god.
I remember being so angry. I was so angry. I took every art class in school, counting like AP and stuff. And literally every person who did those classes got in like this section that said like artist section. I was not in that section. I was the only one. I was like, I took every class. I even took like the photo class, which I hated. I was like, I hate this. I don't like this. But I was so angry. I was like, are you kidding me?
Me and Dan snuck into the Art Honor Society.
Oh,
photo.
yeah. Oh, my God. I love that one.
We're just like,
Yeah.
is it like Art Honor Society up next? We're just.
That was so. Yeah. Somehow I got in the construction club one. I think because they were taking photos for Playcrafters, which I was in Playcrafters. I just didn't. I didn't go. I signed up, but I didn't go. Like, or maybe like 10% of the time. And the one time I was there, they were taking pictures for the people who were in construction club helping with Playcrafters, and I just happened to be there holding the board, so I was in it.
No, I wasn't. No.
Class of 2015.
0.0. 10 out of 10. No clubs. So. And I had bright red hair.
If you figure out how to time travel, I'll help you sneak into your group photos.
Yeah, please. Your middle school yearbook photo, Rachel, is just the exact same you with blonde tips.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, I literally haven't changed like 0.0, except maybe the bangs, but like same shit, different guy.
Same person.
Yeah, I literally I had bright red hair during my senior year, like bright red, like tomato red, like
Emma Stone.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get unique hair, the most unique hair. I was the only person in the whole school with red hair. I was like, okay. Somebody who had longer hair and another girl who didn't have any dyed hair got. I was like, I was on the ballot. Nobody voted for me, but it's cool. I was like, cool. Whatever. It's cool.
Yeah, this was basically a popularity contest.
You got a Tony, you got a superlative, right?
Yeah, I got
most likely to bang.
Most unique, the ones to bang.
Apparently, I was running up for 2 of them. I was actually absent the day people voted. But it was most unique and friendliest. Apparently, I was on both of those, and then apparently, from what I heard,
friendly is what I hear.
From what I heard, that they didn't want me to win both, so they put someone else.
Why they had
friendliest.
in my school they had multiple people, the same people winning different awards.
I don't know.
I was like, I don't think that's fair, but all right.
It was because somebody who worked at the school paper, she put herself as friendliest.
Whoa, okay.
So I only got most unique instead of both.
Yeah. And you weren't there to, do the political process.
Yeah, I couldn't even do that. I was
Couldn't even
actually
shake hands and kiss, high school babies.
Yeah.
I got most likely to commit suicide. Look who's
Oh, I guess they were wrong, huh?
When I was actually
Miss Cleo.
I was on the Paper Lion since my whole career, yeah. All of high school I was on the Paper Lion. And I got to run the superlatives and stuff. And I knew all the superlatives they had, I was never gonna win. I was like, I won't win like most attractive, I won't win most artistic, nothing like that. So in 10th grade, I devised a plan. I said, I am going to make a superlative I can win. So I put out Best Gamer Girl. And then all of 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, I just talked to people about all the games I played. I constantly posted on Facebook the games I finished in, my art, my achievements. I boosted my achievement rating. And then come 12th grade, I got voted.
Wow.
And I won a superlative. It was a 3-year plan.
I got most artistic, but there might have been a typo.
Yeah.
Why?
Most fartistic.
Yes.
A little bit. I got it.
I was absolutely nobody, so I have none of those things.
I don't believe that, Kyle.
You know
I
what's
don't
funny,
believe
Kyle? Me and Gianna were talking about how strong your biceps are yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you got such nice arms.
Gianna, you gotta play song. You gotta be like, that's not what we talked
That's
about.
not how that went. Oh my God. We were just on a walk and somehow we were talking about
Your nice arms.
No! We were talking about
How's your heart?
and we were talking about like people around us who worked out. And I said, oh well, Kyle definitely works out. And you were like, really? How? I was like, you haven't seen his arms? They're very buff. He's got buff arms, so he works
I'm like,
out.
yeah, he does have
And then,
nice arms.
and that's all I was said. I never went, oh, he's got nice biceps, he would squish him and things like that.
I didn't say that. I just said you got nice arms. Yeah, no, Kyle's got nice arms.
Take it to the
And I would like to taste the tip. What am I going to say?
All right.
Tip of his biceps?
That's correct, yeah.
I just wish.
Now we talk about everyone's finest body part.
My ass.
I want to taste the tip.
But it was a mutual conversation. Like, can you not like make it sound like I was just talking about?
I said we. No, I said we.
Yeah, I heard we.
Yeah.
Matt, don't do this.
No, I'll play
I
it
heard
back
like
for
the
you.
French word for yes.
Yeah.
Matt, you be taking his side all the time.
I can't wait to watch it
All
back.
the time, I swear it was
Yeah.
conversation while you guys were walking. So
Yeah.
it's we.
Yeah,
Like
I never
the-
said Gianna. I said we.
Like the console.
But if you want to call yourself out, it's not.
We.
I think the only pseudo-adult member that should be ogled is Tony. We should keep it that way.
Tony, I can actually tell from the camera that Tony is sweating.
That's because he's getting thrown under the bus by
the
how many
lighting.
rolls for like
He's trying to hold his Adonis form.
yeah.
He's definitely wearing a less tattered shirt today, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a story that goes with that. Oh my God.
Was it thrown out by Rachel?
No, we all told Tony to throw it out, right? And then later we went to his grandma's house for dinner, and he
And she
showed
was
her the
wearing
shirt.
Yeah.
He was wearing the shirt. Alex looked at it, saw the hole, and went, Tony, is that the shirt we all throw out? And Rachel just looked at it and goes, I told you to throw it out. He goes,
Yeah, I literally
"You
didn't
realize
think
I was
he'd wear
so
it out. I was like so embarrassed. I was like, oh my
It
God.
was worse in person.
Yep.
It was literally like
That's-
used for rags.
Yeah, my dad asked, like, he goes, did the dog chew through the shirt?
I just realized I like this little bit of green behind me. It almost like makes it look like I have a green screen behind me. Like it's just enough to like make like you didn't quite do it right, but then all of a sudden, whoosh, it's gone. Should we wrap up? Should we do Shrink's character battles?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to say who won from last time.
Yeah, that's how we.
Oh yeah.
Last time, our last Zoom cast episode, he ended in a tie, so we had to throw it to the Instagram poll on the Shrink's game page. So before we get into it, we have to figure out who you, the viewer, or Shrink's game follower, voted for. between
Wow, that's actually really close.
between a ninja and what was the other one? The other one was a custodian.
Kurt, the janitor.
Yeah.
So here's the
It's a
results.
tie. I'm gonna cry. Oh, ninja. Okay.
Oh, so Nick the Nameless Ninja.
Yeah, he won 54%. It was very close though.
Yeah. Okay.
That was probably the second closest battle. Actually, these are all really close. All the old ones here. The only one that was like a big
A landslide.
landslide was Kyle Raccoon. Destroyed.
Whoa.
He has 92% against 8%.
I like that even in that picture, he's about to get stabbed in the face, and he's like,
Oh my god.
"This is fine." Okay. So Shrink's character battles is is about the game Shrinks that Tony and Alex made. It's a fun game that uses their multiverse of ideas and characters, and now we're pitting them randomly in combat, sort of against each other. The Shrink's comet's coming to destroy the multiverse, and we're building a team. We've done 17,000 rounds so far, and today we're doing another. So we're randomly using random.org to choose our characters. The max number these days is 22.
7.
Alex, do you have the Shrink app? Because I don't have my phone on me.
Oh no.
Tony, minus 10 points for not being prepared.
Damn.
From Tony Door. Okay, 7. From InStocks, Claire.
Claire.
Did they say that in stocks? Okay.
Queen Latifah is the manager. Oh, sorry. She got the Queen Latifah vibes. Tony, do you want to talk a little bit about Claire?
Yeah, so basically Claire's was based on one of the. So when I was working at Target, we had the floor manager and things like that, and so Claire is kind of based off of one of those floor managers who try to get us like worked up in the morning, do like they used to make us do like exercises in the morning to get everybody awake for the rest of the day before customers would come in.
Mm-hmm.
So this character is based on that person.
All right. So she's what? Trying to get people motivated?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's
All right.
the manager. So let me read the bio. Claire is a manager of Gold Stars. She seems to believe everyone wants to be working there. She tries to get employees motivated through morning meetings where they do moderate exercises to get the blood pumping. Sometimes she will hold a competition to find the most dented food cans.
She'll go far. Who knows? It can go either way. Depends what type of person.
She'll probably win the whole thing.
Yeah. He seems like a really motivated, exercise instructor, and those people have endless energy. So
Goku has his hands up, and she's the one getting everyone to send him the energy.
all he needs is her energy. Yeah. Who is she up against?
15.
From Sunday Morning Pre-Recorded, Lucy.
I know Lucy.
I love that cartoon.
I love that cartoon too. It's so fun to make. So Lucy actually comes from the world of Black and White. When Dan, or this really weird Yosemite Sam-like eyeball character, came into the world, he transported Alex and Kyle to the world of Black and White, where they found Lucy, and she basically was tied to the train tracks, and then Alex freed her, and then Alex and Kyle, well, after Kyle defeated this crazy big monster by kicking him in the gonads, Alex and Kyle brought her to the real world, where she then started spending time with the Sunday Morning Pre-Recorded group.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she does develop a mega crush on Alex, who is completely ignorant of it. And I think she's like a fiery redhead. I think that's kind of who she becomes. She's got spunk to her. I could see her being a good manager at like a department store, encouraging the employees. I think it's the same person. No.
All these home runs.
They both decide not to fight each other.
No.
But she's also she coming from a place where she's more used to being the damsel in the distress, where now she's in this modern age where she can be more of a spicy senorita.
Yeah.
I think she wants to take advantage of that.
Yeah. She definitely does turn into more of that type of personality. She's by no means a damsel at this point anymore.
Would you like to read the bio, Gianna?
Sure. Lucy, when she was held captive in the world of black and white, was always in distress. After Alex freed her from that world, her whole attitude changed. She is now much more preppy and happy about her life, although she feels as if she owes Alex for saving her life.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah. Hermaphrodite, too bad.
We have a very interesting battle before us.
So is she like combat ready? Can she fight? No, she's just happy and preppy.
Yeah.
She's
the happy preppy damsel in distress.
She goes to this comedy medical school that the other main SMPR gang go to. I'd like to think that she's more like the Daria type. She's kind of like she becomes a little more like blasé about, like, she rolls her eyes at Jennifer, who's like, she's actually like very preppy. Jennifer's the one who's like very preppy now, and Lucy's just like, okay, well, yeah, but what's the point? I don't know. But she's going to comedy medical school, so she must have some intelligence to her. Hopefully she's funny.
Hopefully she's funny. Yeah, I think in terms of a character battle, I don't know. It's an interesting take, because when I picture it, I think of Claire as like the manager type, and her is more of like that employee at Hot Topic that's rolling her eyes at you.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good point.
So I'm trying to think of who wins that actual battle.
Yeah. I don't know if it matters, but in terms of like stature, is Claire, a fit person? Like, do you think she could kick butt? If one of her employees acts out, is she gonna, like, put them in their place?
She'll probably verbally put them in their place.
Okay. I don't know if that'll work against Lucy.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Claire, though. I think just in terms of this battle setting, being involved with multiple moving factors, I don't know, it just seems like she'll be the one who could actually. I have no clue how this would play out. They're not gonna fight. I don't see. This isn't gonna be like a fighting battle. It's gonna be like a war of words, or just maybe they'll shove each other.
I think Claire will fire Lucy from trying to save the world.
Yeah.
I'm on your same page, Kyle. I think Claire's gonna win it out. Yeah, like even in the scenario, like if they were working at the same store, like you let someone like Lucy go pretty quickly, unless they got like seniority.
Yeah.
Or their dad owns the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Blair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking along the same lines, where like Claire is more like motivated, or and Lucy is more like blasé about things.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, she want to be like, whatever, you go ahead. I don't care.
I don't know if we showed Lucy.
No.
Yeah. Same.
So what do you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Claire.
Same sentiments.
I agree. Claire seems strong and motivated, and she exercises beforehand, so she's got the endurance to take on Lucy and rip off her red hair.
She knows where to find the box cutter.
That's the most important thing.
That in-stocks box cutter. I can't wait till that becomes an official product.
Right.
All right, so we managed to complete a round by ourselves. I swear that we have more, or you guys have more fighting, ready characters than the ones that we've portrayed so far.
Yeah.
The most fighting ready one was the ninja who was defeated by, like, the way that the Wicked Witch of the West was defeated, by like a cup of water or whatever. So we have 20 people who we have not battled with, but you know, we have some really tough sounding names like Orbiter the Sorcerer, the Tin Man from Public Domain, Croton. That's a cool sounding name. I don't know if he fights, but he might as well. He's like a particle of matter from space. Oh, and the Starship Panther itself.
Oh.
So those are just a glimpse of the 20 characters that we have left.
Nice.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm enjoying our Zoomcast pod things.
Yeah. I just miss holding you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touching your biceps.
Apparently. Matt, I can see your hairy chest pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Gee, let's just like look at each other's features now. All right, I'd be better in the show before we get flagged. All right. Thank you for listening to our 80th episode or watching our 80th episode. We'll catch you at 81.
Woo. Woo.
No whoa, no whoa.
Oh, whoa. So we got any woos. Woo.
Woo.
Oh, there's the ending, whoa. It was hidden.
I'm tall grass like a Pokemon.
A whoa appeared.
A wild whoa.
I'm Matt.
I'm Alex.
I'm Gianna.
I'm Rachel.
This is Tony.
And I'm Kyle. We are pseudo adults.
I have a really funny story for a Scott podcast.